Hey everybody, we're about to do some face swapping, so let's just go ahead and get started. This is 4.5b, the Photoshop face swap, right? So first thing we'll do is create a folder, of course, in your Photoshop folder called face swap. This is where we're going to put our Photoshop documents and all the images we're going to use. So if you click on this, there's a link right here that'll be a folder of a bunch of images. Now you could use images, photos that you already took of yourself or other, if you have permission of your friends or someone in the class. But like for example, the Picasso one, I'm going to use my example, the forward facing from the Picasso, right? So first things first, we're going to like create the folder, put the 4 photos at least in there that you want to use, and then open this Photoshop document, and then we'll start working on getting some of these things done. I'm going to help you set everything up so you could start using these 2 tutorials to try 2 different ways to face swap. So here in Photoshop, I open this up. The first thing I want to do though, of course, is save as. So it's save as, and then I'll make sure this is in the right folder, and I would change this to whatever class period I'm in, period 1, underscore face swap, and then I'll put my initials or my name or something here, right here, my name or something. And then I would save that, right? But I'm not going to do that. And then, so this is a file that has artboards on it. We're going to talk about these a little bit more. You'll need to know some of the stuff for the exam. So like, I have 4 separate artboards, and we're going to put 4 different things here. You can see like if I go to File, New, and I create a new document, you could check artboards, and then you're allowed to use more artboards. And then if I just check artboards, hit close, we don't want to create that, and then I can go to my layers panel, and then you can see how like I have artboard options now, where I could create a new artboard. Yeah, new artboard right there. Okay, so we have this is where the person is going to be that you're going to put the face on. This is going to be the face, and this will be the same thing, person that you're going to put the face on, and then the face, right? So as I bring these in, I already have a folder set up, so I have a bunch of stuff in here. These are the examples you could choose from. I'm going to use let's see here. I'm going to go with Thanos. So I'm just going to really just from here just drag it in here. Oh, I made a mistake here. So I'm going to delete that. It just came right in. So what I didn't do is I didn't select this artboard. So you see how like that came into this here because that was the artboard that's selected. So I'm going to go ahead and select the person because it's Thanos. I'm going to put my face on Thanos. So I'm going to give that a try, right? So with this area selected, then I'm going to go back to that folder, or I could go to File, Place Embedded, but this seems to be a little bit easier, and then I'm just going to drag Thanos in, and then he's coming in a little small, so I'm going to bring this up a little bit here. And then just hit the check mark. And then I'm going to go to the face, so I'm going to use my face. So I'm going to go back to that folder because I already had all my images in there, and I'm just going to drag this in. I have that right selected, and then this looks a little weird, but like, so I'm just going to kind of put this here, and then hit the check mark, and then it'll pop back in, or it didn't pop back in. Oh, I was on the wrong. Yeah, so I'm just going to drag this to that area there, and then I'm going to hit V or grab the move tool and just move this right about there. And then I would do that again for the other 2 examples. And then once I have all my 4 pictures in, then I would start moving things around. So like he's gonna say like bringing files into different spots. So like when I would copy this, I would just like, for example, I want to take the lasso tool and just take this area here, and then make sure I'm on the right layer and hit Control C, and then go over to the Thanos layer, hit Control D to deselect, and then hit Control V to paste, right? And then I would do that from there. And that's about it. This example here too, so like sometimes you might have to flip the things. It doesn't talk about flipping. So if I'm going to put Rihanna's face on Anakin Skywalker here, I would go to this layer, right, and do what he's saying to do in the tutorial, and then grab her face and hit Control C, go back over to the Anakin Skywalker, and hit Control V. Oh, she came in over there, so I'm going to move her down over here, and then as I hit Control T, in this case she's kind of looking this way where Anakin's kind of looking the other way. So as I make the adjustments according to the video tutorial, one thing you might want to try is you might have to just go up to Edit, Transform, and then like I might want to flip this horizontally. That's what I had to do for Rihanna. And then my final, let me hit I'm going to delete this layer. And then I moved it around after moving things around, so I've got like a nice little picture here with two face swaps. You only have to do one, but this had two people in it, so I thought it would be funny to do, I don't know, Rihanna and John Cena. They just seem like a match made in heaven. And then the last steps here, when you go to File, Export, Export as, oh geez, you definitely want, oh my gosh, look, I did not save. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash. Oh my gosh. And then I want to check the artboard, only this artboard that has that finished, beautiful face swap example. Make sure it's a JPEG, and we're just doing the 1x. And then just hit export, and then drop this in the same folder. So all the stuff should be in the same folder. And that's it, folks. So have fun messing around, and I look forward to, you'll see there's a phase 2 where there'll be another tutorial on, we're going to finish this off and then make it something we can put in the gallery. Have a wonderful day.